what I'm sitting here thinking? We should take discounted Christmas decor and turn it into winter decor. Let's go do it.
Recently went on a shopping trip to Joann's, and when I got inside, I found out that their Christmas stuff was 70% off. Now, it looked like it was mostly greenery picks and things like that that were 70% off. The unfinished wood is 60% off, which is still a really great deal. So I picked up a few of the items here in the unfinished wood area, and then I picked up several of these greenery wreaths that are already flocked along with a garland. I'm having a little friend party this coming week, and I thought they would make some really fun gifts. So for this snowflake, I'm going to cover it with some brown acrylic paint, and then I'm going to cover it with some dry brushing with my white chalk paint. I'm just using a chippy brush to do that. Then I had some twine on hand that came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to tie it around the spokes of our snowflake. I'm going to tie it into a knot. The reason I'm going to do this is because I didn't want to hot glue it to my wreath. The really nice part about this is it can be detachable, so you could always take the snowflake out and put something else in there for the winter season. Like, Valentine's still kind of falls in the winter season, so you could replace it with a heart or something like that. We're going to take those pieces of twine and we're just going to flip our wreath over and tie it into the wreath. Now this is where it became really messy. I had on some sweatpants and my sweatpants were covered in this flocking. I definitely had to give them a couple washes to get that flocking off. So when you're using this, an apron would probably be a good idea, or just make sure you have some clothes on that you are not too fond of. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fluff out my wreath parts now. I just love how the snowflake looks. It's very neutral and very minimal, but it just makes a really nice statement. So I also picked up this ribbon there, and it was 70% off. I'm just using some twine in the middle as an awareness bow, and we're going to use the twine again to tie it onto our wreath. That way I'm not using extra supplies. It's already part of the bow, and I don't have to add anything extra to it. And once again, it can be cut off to add a different look to it if you would like. I'm going to fluff it out, and then here it is styled for you guys. Let me know what you think about this one. For this project, we're going to turn this into a winter deer, and I'm going to cover it first with my brown acrylic paint, and then I'm using my chippy brush again, covering it with some white chalk paint. I also picked up this ribbon there, and I just made it into a smaller awareness bow, tied it off in the middle, and I'm going to add that to my deer. That's it for the deer part. I also had this spare piece of wood from the Dollar Tree. I covered it with the brown and white acrylic paint again, and then we're just going to glue our deer onto the board using hot glue. You could also use wood glue here if you want to give it a more permanent hold, and then that is it for this one. Let me know what you think about it. Project, I picked up a package of these snowflakes. They're wooden snowflakes. They also come with some twine, and I just separated them into the different shape designs that they had. I'm going to go ahead and use my white my white folk art chalk paint, and my brown acrylic paint, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint it first with the brown and then dry brush with the white. Then I'm going to use the twine that was provided, and I'm going to make a little pieces to tie on the top. I just tie it around parts of the snowflake. That way I can take it apart when I am ready to disassemble this wreath. Then once I get all the pieces on, I'm going every third one as the same design since there were 3 designs. Once I get it on there, I take this ribbon that I also picked up at Joann's, and I have 2 different types. I'm going to make about 9 bundles of these, and I didn't measure. I just kind of went with I would say they're about 6 inches long. I crisscrossed them, I used some twine, and I tied it off in the middle here to give it kind of like a bow shape. And then we're going to take that same twine that's tied off in the middle and we're going to tie it onto the wreath in between each of the snowflakes. So I'm going to go around the entire wreath, putting a ribbon bundle in between the snowflakes. That is it for this one. It's pretty simple. You can make pretty much all these projects in one day since the wreaths are already flocked for you, which is really nice. If you pick up wreath forms that aren't flocked for you, you can add paint or you can spray paint them to give it the flocked look. That's also less messy than this actual flocking that's on there. But let me know what you guys think about this one. So for this project, I picked up a wooden banner that says "Let It Snow." It comes with 2 snowflakes. I had 1 snowflake left over in the previous package, so I went ahead and added it to this banner as well. We're going to cover all the wooden pieces with our brown acrylic paint, and then we're going to go back over and dry brush them with the white folk art chalk paint. Then we're going to assemble them to our garland. Now this garland is also flocked. It is very messy, so I definitely recommend a place that you can vacuum while you're putting this together or possibly laying down paper. You can see my pants are like totally covered with white. But I went ahead and laid down all the pieces first just so that I could kind of put it in order to where I liked it, and then I just went around with my twine and I tied it on and then I fluffed it out. So it was really kind of difficult to take pictures of this because it's so large and I'm still decorated for Christmas. So I kind of laid it out on my carpet so you could get like a really good look at what the pieces look like tied on. I really love how this looks. It's really cute and I love the idea of adding the wood with the greenery. You guys let me know what you think about this one. Here's another video to keep on watching for more inspiration, and as always, wherever you are in your journey is a perfect place to start, and I will see you in my next video. Bye friends!